In the end of the world, I came back to life. I stocked up 100 boxes. And 100 boxes of frozen Dabaizugao. I also removed the insulation layer in the villa. I removed all the rubber strips from the windows. And replaced the air conditioners with refrigerators. I'm not crazy to do all this. But because the uncle's family who kicked me out. The uncle's family who froze me to death also rebirthed. I was about to go back to the villa to make up for it. But I found a strange woman in a down jacket. Appeared in front of my villa at some point. And kicked my Wonka hard. I was immediately angry. My dog was lying quietly in my yard. Without saying a word, he kicked it. What do you mean? What are you doing? I walked up and pushed her. He fell to the ground with a plop. And made a coquettish scream. The next second, a slap hit me hard in the face. How dare you push my wife? I was knocked dizzy. I hadn't opened my eyes yet. But I recognized the voice of the person who hit me. Who else could it be but my cousin? I asked. He kicked my dog. Why couldn't I push him? And why are you in my house? This is trespassing. What a joke. This is my home. I brought my wife here to see what's wrong. My cousin looked so arrogant. Which made me laugh. Are you out of your mind? This is the house I bought. Just because you bought it, it's yours? There is such a good thing in the world. You're just a girl. My parents worked hard to raise you. The money they earned should be offered. The house I bought is naturally mine. Seeing my cousin's shameless look, I was too lazy to argue with them. I was about to drive them out. But at this moment, the girl suddenly asked in doubt, Zinner, is it you? I looked up abruptly. The woman's face gradually became clear. Isn't this the girl who bullied me in junior high school? She Hengxiang. I still can't forget the humiliation that day. I joined the gymnastics team. She lied to me that she would give me a surprise. She covered my eyes. Then she took me to the auditorium in public. And stripped my pants in front of everyone. The laughter and the shudder sound still ring in my ears. Over the years, whenever I think of this incident, my body can't stop shaking. As for other big and small incidents, there are countless. They have become my original intention, indelible psychological shadow. Really, dear? I didn't expect this loser to be your sister. I'm so upset. He showed a disgusted expression. I looked at my cousin beside me. And my voice was shaking. I remember I told you that. This person once bullied me. But before Shi Hengxiang could speak, my cousin said carelessly, What's wrong with bullying you? Why bully you? He didn't bully others because you deserved it. You deserve it. The next second, my cousin immediately changed his face. And coaxed Shi Hengxiang with kind words. Baby, don't bother with this. It's just this dog that scared you, right? Honey, let's do it, to nourish your body. Then, my cousin kicked Wonkai's head. In the previous life, Wonkai's tragic situation appeared in my mind again. But this time, I won't let them bully me anymore. Wonka saved them. Wonka is a Shar-Pei. In his previous life, Wonka had nothing to eat, and was stopped by his uncle when he was starving. This time, he was well fed. And his combat power is naturally needless to say. On my command, he bit the legs of the man and woman. The two were bitten and screamed. And fled in a panic like two lost dogs. They fled my villa in no time. I happily led Wonka. And went back to the villa for a drink. The boss from Northeast and Osaka also came. Girl, even if you love eating, you can't buy so much. What if I can't finish it? I made up a random excuse. And asked the boss to unload the goods and leave quickly. I was planning to spend the night in the villa. I suddenly felt a chill. I was stunned for a moment. I quickly ran out the door. It was strange that the sky was over 30 degrees. Suddenly started to snow. Oh no, why did the end come earlier? Just then, there was a sound of an engine not far away. Uncle's car was speeding towards me. Oh no. Now my plan was completely disrupted. I was about to slip away, but his car had already stopped in front of me. Uncle, aunt, cousin and Shi Hengxiang all got off the car. As soon as my cousin and Shi Hengxiang saw me, anger in their eyes. But when they saw Wonka beside me, they couldn't help shrinking. Aunt was even more outspoken. She pointed at my nose and scolded. You! How dare you let your dog bite me? My son and daughter-in-law have long disliked your dog. It's just getting cold. And stew it for us to make hot pot to warm up. I said coldly. Can dogs be eaten in hot pot? I have many dogs. Hey you. My aunt was about to come up and teach me a lesson, but was stopped by my uncle. I saw uncle squeeze out a kind smile. He asked, Shinger, how many supplies are stored in the house? I looked at them with a vigilant look. Why do you ask this? It's enough for daily use. Before I finished, the uncle and his family squeezed in. They were happy to see the full paper boxes on the floor. But when they excitedly went over and took out the contents to see, they all looked disappointed. What is this? Northeast Big Plate. It's sweet. It's delicious. You can eat as much as you want. You can eat as much as you want. Uncle's face gradually became flustered. He opened his boxes one after another. When he saw that they were all Donbei Dabao, he finally couldn't hold it anymore. You're going to ignore me, you dead girl. Why do you stock up on these popsicles? Are you crazy? Uncle, don't worry. Although these are all popsicles, they have great uses besides eating. What's the use? Uncle came closer. He looked at the Northeast Dabang carefully. But he couldn't see any use. That is, they can be used as weapons. After saying that, I threw the Northeast Dabao directly at his eyes. And the uncle cried out in pain. Others rushed to check on the uncle's injuries. I took this opportunity to pick up Wonka and quickly rushed out of the villa and got into Uncle's car, and I stepped on the accelerator. Come back here. I want you to die. I heard the angry curses from the uncle's family behind me. They wanted to catch up with me, but the snow was getting heavier, and the wind was strong, blowing them back again and again. Finally, they couldn't stand it anymore. They quickly ran back into the house. While the snow is not heavy, I drove back to my high-end community with full speed. I returned to my warm and dry home after renovation. I lay on the sofa. I was completely relaxed. The blizzard outside was like the god of death, sweeping the whole land. Many trees couldn't withstand the blow, and crying, and vehicles and pedestrians nearby. There were cries and wails in the spring. Crash and cry. Looking down from a height, it didn't look like a purgatory on earth. At this moment, I received a call from my cousin. How dare you hit me? I'll kill you. I was scolded by him when I answered the phone. I took out my ears and was about to answer. I dug my ears. I was about to answer, and my uncle snatched the phone. Shinger, tell uncle the truth. Did you only stock up on these Northeast Dabang? Uncle's tone was full of expectation. He was making a final struggle. Of course not. Go to the basement and see. Hearing my words, my uncle instantly, happy to extreme. But soon, he started yelling at the phone. Aren't these all Northeast Dabang? They're different. The ones in the living room are original flavor, and the ones in the basement are strawberry flavored. Change the flavor when you're tired of it. Don't treat yourself badly. After that, I hung up the phone. I happily filled a bowl of dog food for Wonka. I cooked myself a pot of steaming hot pot. I suddenly remembered my past life, in the desperate ice and snow. The warmth I felt before I froze to death. Tears streamed down my face. It's good to be alive, and even better without hunger. Suddenly, I remembered that there was a monitor in the villa. I opened it and I saw my uncle pacing back and forth in the living room. My aunt kept calling me over and over again, cursing me with dirty words like "Hao Shao." She Hengxiang on the side was so anxious that she cried. She beat her cousin. Didn't you say there were a lot of food here? Why are they all ice cream? I shouldn't have come with you if I knew. Woo woo. My cousin saw his little wife crying so pitifully and felt bad for her. He coaxed her while cursing me. Damn white-eyed wolf. If he has the ability, he can stay outside alone and never come back. Otherwise, I will never forgive him. And I'll stew his stinky dog and eat it. Laughing to death, he still thinks I will go back. I picked up my phone. I recorded a video of a steaming hot pot and posted it on my Moments. The caption was that, but it would be better if I had a Dongbei Daebin. It would be better. I only bought for them. But I didn't think about buying a box for myself. My cousin saw this post first and jumped up from the ground in a hurry and called me again. This time I chose to answer. Where are you now? Of course at home. My lazy tone made my cousin furious. In the surveillance, you can see him. He punched the floor with his fist. You come back with food now. Or you don't call me brother. Sister. My cousin hasn't finished cursing. My aunt took the phone and shouted at me heartbroken. We worked so hard to raise you, and you repay us like this. Have you no conscience? You quickly bring food back to us, or you will be punished. I think kicking people out in a heavy snow. This behavior is more likely to be punished. The phone was on speakerphone. After I said this, Peng's family trembled involuntarily. How did you know? Auntie asked tremblingly.